What's up, y'all? It is Random Wednesdays on Gratified Grad, where it's my goal to help you graduate with gratification. On today's Random Wednesday, we are preparing to make some collard greens. Y'all see, I am de-stemming them, and we are going to talk about the importance of knowing your why, the importance of establishing yourself, um, just really figuring out how you operate and what drives you to operate and move. I recently found out through experience that whenever I experience pressure, like pressure greater than my expectation, I flee, flight. So when you think about the responses, fight, flight, or freeze, I flight. Like, I get TF. And it took me having conversation with people who understand psychology, therapists, for me to come to that realization and understand that about me. And what I've come to realize is that, just because my natural response to stressful situations is flight, that does not mean that every single time I get into an extremely stressful situation, I need to flight, or run away. I can use my instincts to help me, my instincts and my brain together, to tell me if the best thing to do in this moment is to flight or run away, or if the better thing for me to do in this moment is to just sit and be still with whatever I am experiencing. And another thing that I happen to learn is that being still does not have to mean that you're going to go sit and meditate and be to yourself, right? Being still simply means that you aren't going to leave or exit the situation that's currently making you feel uncomfortable. You're simply going to allow yourself to experience those feelings and not try to run away from whatever it is that you're feeling. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to come back to it, or you're going to end up seeing it again in another form or fashion. So you might as well save yourself the time and figure out how you personally handle things like that, so that it's not as bad all the times that you're going to experience adversity and stress. So grad school got hard. And when I say that, or when I've been talking to my advisor and people, and letting them know how I've been feeling, especially during this time. And everybody's like, what do you mean grad school got hard? Grad school has always been hard. And I agree. Yes, grad school is a tough thing to do mentally. It is a challenge, and it's meant to be that way. But for me, I came into grad school with a certain expectation of how hard it would be. And so up until now, it was meeting my expectation. And then probably within the last couple of months, 3 or so months, it actually exceeded my expectation of hard, right? Like I've gotten to a point where I really was just like, what do I do? What am I doing? And so with that, the pressure, it got more than what I could handle. or at least more than what I thought I could handle. Let's say that, because I did flight. I tend to, and what's also funny, and a complete side note though, is that these flight, or however you respond in stressful situations, it shows up in multiple areas of your life. So though I am realizing that my response to pressure, overwhelming stress is flight, in terms of like my research and me being in this PhD program, I also do it in other areas of my life. And in other areas of my life, I've realized that if I take that flight option off the table, I mean, knowing that, of course, when I need to exit a situation, I will. But essentially, taking that flight option off the table gives me an opportunity to explore what else is available to me. And so, as you think about this and relate this to yourself, I definitely suggest experimenting with it in other areas of your life and seeing where this shows up, or where your response to being overwhelmed shows up. It is windy outside. Anywho, so yeah, I decided that, oh yeah, grad school got hard. It got to a level of hardness that I had not prepared myself for, and I just wasn't ready for. I'm at the point now where I'm starting to develop, so actually like put terminology to things, and I am actually creating new knowledge in the field. And for me, that's always been a little bit nerve-wracking, just because there's always that thought of, what if I'm wrong? What if I didn't analyze this correctly? What if I say this and then somebody takes my data and base their entire experiment off of it? I mean, there are so many things that could, quote unquote, go wrong or happen in science. And so I was just feeling very, just like fearful of this creation process, and just making sure that I'm doing it to the best of my ability, which I am. But still, that is a challenging thing for me. I remember my first 2 years or year and a half, I didn't want to put statistics on my data because I felt like putting the statistics on the data would make it real. Now, in hindsight, the data was the data, right? And I'm still presenting and showing this data so it's real, regardless of whether or not I put statistics to it or not. But for me, that was like a safety thing, also because scientists, they always ask, is it statistically significant? And if I can say, well, I don't know if it's statistically significant or not, then hey, what does it really matter to the broader field? Right? But then I also have to think about, well, what is the point? Why did I come into science to begin with? Right? And I came in to share knowledge because I was interested in helping others. And so a part of helping others is stepping out there and giving knowledge and information on what you think is best. It's just a little bit overwhelming to realize that some people, this can affect some people's lives. But yeah, so now that I have realized that I am breaking into another mental state in terms of getting my grad degree, I feel better. I recognize that, yes, I am creating knowledge. Yes, I have all the tools available to me to do this to the best of my ability. And I have the support of those around me. And so, it's okay. So if you're a grad student out there and it seems like grad school has reached a new level of hard, it's okay. Know that that is a part of the process. Know that you are doing just fine. And with that, I have, maybe like a couple more, this much more to, I guess, de-stem. That's my random Wednesday for y'all, and I'm going to enjoy me some collard greens and black-eyed peas, and I might even make some cornbread. Bye.